Alright. So, we left off in the virtual world. Or exactly what we, Miyu created the virtual world, showed us where this was, had us be off around in it looking for a secret of the outside world, or some such, and then she died. But she died in a really weird way. It looks like she died outside, and in the real world, she killed her in here, which notified us, which led us outside. And she seems to have been strangled, or some such. And anyway, we're here in the virtual world trying to figure out any clues we can. Let's get to it. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. I see.
Hey!
What's wrong, Samugi? Look at that doorknob. It's locked.
Ah!
It is. It's a thumb turn lock. Easy to lock. It seems like you can't lock it unless you're on the outside. Look, the keyhole is on this side of the door. Isn't that usually the other way around?
No.
Not necessarily. I've seen this before to prevent you from locking yourself out.
I see.
Is that so? The rooftop has a lock on the door. That is important information. Why didn't we write it down? Kibo, did you find anything? This is difficult. There's nothing here that seems to resemble a clue. But Miyu should have arranged to meet with Kokichi here. I thought we could at least confirm whether or not she really came to the rooftop. Unfortunately, there are no clues which indicate that. Did Miyu ever come to the roof? That is an important question.
Hey!
Hey, Kibo, I want to ask you your opinion on something. Do you think you could get up and down from this roof from outside the mansion?
Well...
No, that would have been very difficult. This rooftop is rather high. Even the edge of the roof is roughly the height of a 3 to 4 story building.
You're right.
Yes, certainly too high to jump,
As I thought.
which means it would have been impossible to climb up from the outside. That means that the only way to do this rooftop, the way to this rooftop is the stairs. That would be why the rooftop had the double spiral staircase thing. What's wrong, Himiko?
Okay.
When murders happen in a mansion in snow like this, they're always locked through mysteries created by piled up snow. Isn't that right? It's disappointing that you can't leave footprints on the snow in this world. Is that something to be disappointed about? Might not be directly connected to the case, but I should inspect these binoculars. That wasn't me. I can see that this building is on top of a hill. And I can see past this point because it's a map loading point. Can't see. But that is strange. Why would the map loading point be right in the middle of the world? Something doesn't seem right. Alright, same old, same old. Oh, that was the staircase doorway, not the storage doorway. Okay. I'm mixed up. The storage room. It's a little different than how I remember. It feels as if something is missing. Yeah, like the big old wooden pallet down there. It feels as if something is missing. Oh, but John's one locked room murder. Yes, but the question is why? Why does she want? What does she want with me? But I wasn't paying close attention to the first time, so I don't remember. I remember. It's very important to keep track of insignificant details. I've inspected everything here. All that's left now is... Oh, there you are. I was looking for you.
Huh?
Maki, why are you here? I thought you were analyzing the program.
I told you.
Well, Taro finished analyzing the program, so he told me to gather everyone. You finished?
Shuichi!
We should probably head back then. Our investigation here is pretty much done, right?
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. I've investigated everything I need to.
Shuichi!
Oh then, we'll head back first.
I don't wanna.
I don't wanna say goodbye to my avatar. Did you like it that much?
Then...
We should go too.
Hey!
What's wrong?
You.
Well, you're definitely more reliable in a class trial than out. All the others think so too.
Huh?
What?
Well...
I'm not trying to sound like Kaito, but I don't think you should carry all the burden alone. You're Shuichi Saihara. Before you're a detective. Don't ever forget that. Well, I shouldn't be talking. I threw away my identity as Maki Harukawa to be an assassin.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maki. Weird conversation. Was she being considerate just now? Alright, so we investigated all that, but we didn't write any of that stuff down. So, what was the point? What's the point of this? Curious as to the results of Montaro's investigation, I just log out of the salon. Are we gonna go out and then back in? Oh, yeah, this way. Or are we gonna get, like, stuck in here? It's just you and me. We should log out too.
By the way,
Did something happen between you and Kaito?
Huh?
What?
well...
When he logged out a little while ago, he looked like he was in a bad mood.
Sorry.
Sorry, that's probably my fault.
Well...
I don't know what happened between you and Kaito, but that idiot is simple, so I'm sure he'd forgive you if you just apologized. Shuichi Sahara. How much you want to bet we have to go back into there to figure something out? Hello. Welcome. We're solving the matrix problem. Or something like that. I pulled the device off of my head, and the real world appeared before me.
Shuichi!
Well, Shuichi, isn't the real world way better than some virtual reality? Anyway, I felt so lonely without you around. I apologize for making me feel unloved.
Hey!
Hey, there's something I wanted to ask you. I totally didn't draw anything on your tummy while you're logged in, okay?
Huh?
What?
It's a lie.
I'm kidding. So, what was it you wanted to ask?
Is that alright?
You planned to meet Miyu on the roof, right? Did you end up meeting her? Oh, so you know about that, Shuichi? Impressive, Mr. Ultimate Detective.
Okay.
Then I'll tell you what happened. I never met up with Miyu. I couldn't get to the rooftop because it was locked.
Huh?
Locked? After I gave up and went back to the salon to search for the secret of the outside world. Is that true, Kokichi? Are you doubting me?
That's...
Can someone verify that you were at the salon the entire time? Did you meet anyone there? No, I don't have a witness.
Right?
But you can also say there's no witness who can prove I wasn't there.
Hey!
Unless you saw the salon empty yourself.
Anyway,
Well, it's up to you whether you want to believe me or not.
Shuichi!
But you shouldn't doubt me like that. We're partners. Which one is it? Did Kokichi meet with Miyu or not? Is he lying or telling the truth? Which is it? Kokichi in the salon has been added to the truth both section of your monopad. Alright, Monotaro. You're the dude we gotta talk to, I think.
Hey!
I've been waiting for you, Shuichi. I'm sure Maki already told you, but I finally finished analyzing the program.
Okay!
I'm starting to put together a lot of important facts, so here they are. He really is trying to be our friend. A little bit, at least.
So...
First, the person who tampered with this program was Mommy. like we suspected. Mommy has an eccentric way of writing her code, so I knew it was her right away.
Oh.
I guess her personality wasn't the only thing, eccentric thing about her. Why can't I say
Got a
that?
minute?
So, what did she tamper with? A few things, but I'll share the first one with you.
So.
It looks like Mommy deleted a lot of objects in the Killing Game Simulator. She said that she deleted anything that could be used as a weapon. But in that case, why is there a hammer?
Okay.
That's true, only the hammer was left. But why was it left, The way the program was written makes it seem like she did it on purpose. On purpose?
Then.
Did she add anything? Found a cell phone in the virtual world. No, that cell phone was an original feature of the program. That implies Miyu hid that fact from us, which means all Mommy added were the 2 maps. The rest was already part of the program.
By the way.
While we're talking about objects, I want to ask you something. We used a signboard across the river, but could we have used something else as a bridge? I didn't really see anything that could have been used as a bridge to cross the river. So only that signboard could have been used as a bridge. So, what's the next thing she tampered with?
Okie dokie.
Well, it looks like she also tampered with certain parameters of the program.
Huh?
Parameters? Everything in that program is categorized as either a human or a non-human object. Of course, everyone's avatar was assigned the human parameter.
Really?
But for some reason, Mommy gave her avatar the non-human object parameter.
That's.
What happens when you become an object? Well, the difference is only for identification purposes, so it probably didn't affect anything.
Well,
But if it didn't affect anything, then why would she have gone out of her way to do that? Perhaps that has something to do with the next thing she tampered with.
So.
Mommy added a wall that didn't originally exist in the program. The coordinates of the virtual world are represented on x-axis and a y-axis. And it seems Mommy added a wall that runs the length of the y-axis.
Huh?
She created an additional wall? There are walls in all 4 directions, and 2 down the y-axis.
Hey.
But you're positive there was only one?
Okay.
Yep, it's definitely the only one. What does that mean? Which wall was the one you added? I know what it is. What was the world like originally? You said there wasn't anything past the wall. Was that another lie? Also, it looks like that extra wall was given a special setting. A setting that allows non-human objects to pass through it. It allows objects through?
I see.
I see. It's very interesting.
Hey.
Yep. So, are those all the things she tampered with? Oh, there's one more thing. So, what if you guys also had a strange setting given to their avatar?
Huh?
A strange setting?
Okay.
Yeah, the setting made it so they would be unable to move if Mommy touched them.
Then.
So, if Miyu touched them, their avatar would be paralyzed?
hey,
Who was it?
Oh.
Oh, it was Kokichi.
Huh?
Eh? It's me? I didn't know that. Well, duh, I wouldn't know. I never touched Miyu in that world. I see. I didn't even notice.
Okie dokie.
That's all I have to report. Well, do you think it'll help you guys out?
Okay.
Thanks a lot. Thanks. Miyu's avatar has been updated in the Truth Bullet section of your monopad. Wall, added by Miyu, has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your monopad. Setting on Kokichi's avatar has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your monopad. Oh, I should probably tell you this too. Oh, it's probably not related to the case.
So.
Some sort of avatar user error occurred when you all logged in for the first time. An error? The contents of the error are unknown, so I can't provide any details. But something strange definitely happened to someone's avatar when y'all logged in.
Well,
I don't think anyone's avatar was acting strange, though.
Hmm?
mm-hmm.
Oh, I lost my controller. What kind of error could it be? That's important information. Avatar error has been added to the truth boat section of your monopad. The error's probably somebody switched cables.
Okay, everyone. Time for the class trial. You know, that thing where everyone stands in a circle and talks about the dead body. Low energy? Me? No, I'm excited. Really. I'm just taking a little break right now. When I'm done, I'll be my usual energized self. Yep, I'll be way more energized. Anyway, that's all.
Oh, that was depressing.
Hey!
You seem like you're not into it at all. We don't have to do the class trial, you know. But it's gonna start, huh? We no can stop it anymore?
You're right.
No, we can't.
So,
This is all I can tell you guys, but I don't want any of you to forget. I'm your friend.
what?
Huh? You just decided we're friends?
Thank you.
Thank you. Going to feel relieved. Don't worry, Monitor. Shuichi will get revenge for Miyu's death,
That's so mean.
and he'll get that revenge by finding the culprit among us. He's right. The culprit is someone here.
Thanks.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. When the class trial is over, I hope we can all get to know each other better. That's the kind of line that triggers a death flag.
Okay.
I want a fresh start. I want to make up for my past mistakes.
Wait,
That too. Many of y'all has really...
Sorry.
Sorry, it's nothing. I'll save it for after the class trial is finished.
yeah.
Yeah, flag is rising.
Hmm?
We really do need a death flag counter. What was that? I think I heard something over there.
All
I'll go
right.
check it out all by myself.
So long. Farewell.
That is an interesting touch. They actually
What did you
take
say?
out the voices as they lower the numbers. It's waving in the wind.
This is stupid.
Quit screwing around. Let's hurry up and go.
Going to do his best.
Going to do his best too. Going to do his best to be even a little bit useful for everyone.
Wow.
I'm so excited. I'll definitely expose the culprit this time. What's so exciting about this? With conflicting emotions in our hearts, we headed to the Shrine of Judgment. Alright, well. See you later, Mew. So long, Mew. See you later would be a very odd thing to happen. Yeah, my default farewell is see you later. Because don't know when or how I'll see you later, but I hope we do. But that wouldn't quite fit in this case. Alright. So we've got, I think, a really big one. This is a very strange trial. I'm pretty sure that the wall that Miyu added was both walls. It is a shared wall. So you walk on the right side, you pop up on the left side. Go on the left side, you pop up on the right side, etc., etc. Which is why Tsurugi could hear or see Miyu, and but she wasn't there, and she ended up on the chapel side, especially on the far right side. Just move past the border, and there you go. You're on the other side. But also her putting a sitting on Kokichi's avatar is odd. It looks like Miyu was trying to set up a way to kill somebody, but it backfired, and she either killed herself or I'm betting Kokichi flipped the tables on her somehow. How specifically, I'm not sure. But I don't know. It looks like that's everyone. Oh, is this everyone? This everyone, huh? There are a lot less of us now.
It's plain to see.
This is just half of what we started with.
Unfortunately.
Because we've allowed this game to continue. We must stop it somehow.
Right?
But we can't stop now. We can't let the fun end.
Don't.
Cut it out. I'm certain this trial will be the last one.
Hey,
Let's focus on surviving this class trial first.
yes.
You're right. Best up here, our numbers will go down even quicker. It'd just be the culprit left.
But
That might be okay. Maybe that's just another way to stop the killing game. If we all die, then the killing game would end.
what?
Don't say stupid crap like that. It's pointless if we all die.
Okay.
Well, we don't have to worry. We've got the ultimate detective on our side.
You're right.
Yeah, it's time for the detective.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, it's time for the detective to shine. Shuichi, please keep up the good work.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do my best. Yes, I have to keep it together. This is the only time my talent can shine. I'm not just saving my life. Everyone's life is on the line. If I can't find the truth here, everyone will be sacrificed. And I will never let that happen.
Come on, man.
Hey, Shuichi, you're getting all tense.
Huh?
What?
I mean,
Didn't I tell you before? Shuichi, don't carry the burden all.
Get it?
And didn't I tell you before not to get in the way, Kaito?
huh?
Huh? What's your problem?
You really don't get it.
We're all relying on Shuichi to carry our asses through this class trial, okay? You're like a parrot repeating the same lines over and over. You're bothering him.
Well, you know.
I think that's the most annoying thing you can do to Shuichi. You know that?
Huh?
What do you mean? I'm not...
Shut up.
Kokichi, you're annoying.
Please don't.
Oh, Killer Girl's glaring at me. I was only kidding around. Maki's glare seemed to do the trick, as Kokichi turned around, dejected.
Jeez.
Finally, the best is gone. Thanks, Makiro. Just suck it up, Kaito. Now's not the time to be bickering with each other.
Got it.
My bad. Sorry.
Um,
Kaito, I'm okay.
well,
I know what you want to say, Kaito. You don't have to worry.
I believe in you.
I see. In that case, I'll believe in you and won't say anything else.
Shuichi!
But if you have any problems, let me know. I'll help you. I'm here for you, bro.
thank you.
Thank you, Kaito. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It still really bugs me that she just exists. She's so weird in that she's so forgettable. I'm not trying to dump on her, but what has she done? Rumble, rumble, rumble. How many pots does this snake go through? Do we really need to do that every time?
Let's do it.
Alright, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah. The 8 of us got into the elevator. The door is shut behind us. It really is impressive, the elevator, how it just looks so empty. And like all those times before, we descended. It was dead quiet. The only sound I could hear was the beating of my heart in my ears. My body was trembling. The more I tried to control it, the worse it got. There's no way to get used to it, really. The fear of death. We were all fighting it, trying to be courageous. We all felt as though we were going to our own execution. No, not an execution. A test of our will to survive. Finally, the elevator stopped, and the doors opened. And though I couldn't explain it, my body stopped trembling.
Welcome!
Welcome! Go ahead and stand behind any open podium. Move your asses. You don't want to see what I'll do to you if you keep Father waiting.
Huh?
Wait, is he back to normal?
Why?
Huh? Do you not friend anymore? You jerks must feel pretty slick using Monotaro's forgetfulness to befriend him. He just decided on his own that we're friends.
You bastards!
But I won't let you guys trick Monotaro anymore, because he's already forgotten. He may have forgotten that he was on Daddy's side, but now he's forgotten that he had forgotten that he was on Daddy's side. Thanks to me, because I smacked the stuffing out of him. Yeah, how confusing. Well, whatever.
Really?
I can't remember, but one of you guys is the culprit, right? I can't be in the same room as a killer. It's dangerous. I'm gonna go lock myself in my room. Maybe even set up a barricade. That's another death flag.
Anyway,
Let's get started. The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless face off. You know, that would be... I just had a really stupid thought. What if there was like a show or a game or so where like it was all the people who did and raised all the death flags are the ones who survived, and the only way to live was to pick up as many death flags as possible? That would be a weird show. We went to our podiums as always. We knew what we had to do. There's no protest left in us. Like the Kraus versus goat fight, but you flip it around and the goat's the one that survives. But for everybody. It's already the fourth time. The fourth class trial was about to begin. Miyu Iruma, the ultimate inventor. She may have given us a lot of trouble, but we all miss her. It's a tragedy after all. She helped me and Katie with those cameras, gave Kibo extra functions. In the end, she had done a lot for us. And our first friend, and the culprit that killed her, is one of us. I need to discover who that is. In order to survive, I have to find the culprit. And I will fight for it. I will fight with truth and lies in this class trial. I hate the lies. It's like they want me to tell a specific lie. It's annoying. Chapter 4. Live and let the languid world live. Alright, so we've got 5 points. We got that one. Attention gauge will increase. Safety first. Wasn't it Abracadabra? Wasn't that one we got up? There it is. 24. After enough time, the correct truth bullet will be shown if you announce on the games. You guys don't like using the freebie, but we got 5 points to buy a thing. 4. Power life does. Safety first. Removes penalty for breaking non-erasable pieces. Makes it easier to push the opponent back during the blade lock. Reduce the amount of letter cubes that can be acquired at once. Effect during Psyche Taxi. Let's do that one because, you know, not enough slots. Alright, do it for next time. Alright, so what we've got for the handbook? Refresher course for us. Turn on. Onakuma File 4. The victim is the ultimate inventor Miyu Iruma. The victim's body was discovered in the computer room on the 4th floor of the school. The estimated time of death is 6:30 a.m. No injuries can be found on the victim's body. Miyu was found grasping her neck with both hands. She died with her eyes open and an expression of agony on her face. As the first to log out, Kiba was the first to discover Miyu's body. She still had her visor on at the time. For the visors to function, they need to be plugged into the computer with 2 specific cords. The red cord is for consciousness and the blue cord is for memory. It is unknown what would happen if the cords were plugged into the wrong slots, but there is a chance that some kind of glitch might occur. A bottle of poison from the Ultimate Detective's lab. It was found in Kokichi's seat. The poison is neutralized if it is mixed into anything, but it is still quite dangerous, and even a small amount will kill someone. It causes subconjunctival hemorrhaging, making its victim's eyes completely bloodshot. While looking for the secret of the outside world, Miyu volunteered to search outside the chapel and split up from Himiko and the others. While Himiko, Maki, and Kibo were searching inside the chapel, they heard a loud sound as though something hit the chapel from the outside. When they went to investigate, they found Miyu's avatar on the ground. Himiko and the others ran back to the mansion to log out and check on Miyu, but with no bridge, they couldn't cross the river. It was there they met up with Shuichi. Kaito's account, Killing Game Simulator, login, logout record. With the exception of Miyu, who died before she would log out, everyone logged in and out once each. Timestamps for their logins and logouts are as follows. Himiko, Tsumugi, Kaito, Kibo, and Shuichi logged in. Maki logged in, Kokichi and Donka logged in, Miyu logged in. Kaito logged out, Kibo logged out, Himiko logged out, Maki logged out, Gonka logged out, Tsumugi, Tsuji, Kokichi. Kaito was remotely locked out. We figured that one out. Then it was Kibo. I can't really see anything wrong with this logout sheet. It's weird. My gut says there's something funny with this, but I don't know what. Smoky's a couch. She's searching outside. Her room. Something outside. Loud noise. Something crashed into it. Map of the mansion. Map of the world. Toilet paper found on the ground outside the mansion. The signboard just not enough to use the road. Hammer. Cell phone. The lattice. Use avatar goes collapse in the snow between the chapel and the wall where the virtual world ends. When the user logs out, their avatar disappears, but if the user's real body dies, the avatar stays in the virtual world. Since avatars cannot be injured, it doesn't look any different from when Miyu was alive. Everything in the Killing Game Simulator is assigned one of 2 categories, human or object. Most avatars are set to human. However, Miyu's avatar was the only one that was set to object. Miyu and Kokichi's meeting. While everyone was gathered at the chapel, Miyu told Kokichi to meet her on the rooftop of the mansion. However, when everyone was deciding how to split up to search for the secret of the outside world, Miyu volunteered to search the chapel. Kokichi in the salon. Kokichi agreed to meet up with Miyu on the rooftop, but because the door to the rooftop was locked, he couldn't. Because of that, he returned to the salon and decided to search there. There are no witnesses who can confirm whether or not Kokichi was actually in the salon. Wall added by Miyu. Coordinates in the virtual world are represented on the X and Y axis. Miyu added a wall along the length of the Y-axis. The wall had a special setting that allowed non-human objects to pass through it. And Kokichi was able to be frozen if Miyu touched him, and there was an error in avatars. I think I'm putting together some pieces.
Now then, let's begin with a basic explanation. Screw it. This is tiresome.
You need more motivation!
I do. I really, really do. Now then, let's start this class trial.
Before we start, I just want to ask something since there's not a lot of us left. What happens if the votes result in 2 first places?
Huh? You mean like a tie? It means they're both the blackened. As long as one of them is correct. It's fine.
Daddy, are you sure you should make a decision like that so casually?
Wouldn't that mean we could just vote one for everybody
Yeah,
and always
fine.
survive?
Whatever.
Thanks. Since that's answered, I can start enjoying this life or death game now.
What game? How long are you gonna keep saying that?
Just ignore Kokichi. The rest of us need to work together to find the truth. Got it?
Oh, wait.
We can't die here!
That
Oh,
means
my.
we're all classified as
Nico has
blackened.
become so determined! It's true! People really do change!
But now she's lost what made her so unique.
That's none of your business!
We should focus on the class trial. First, we need to clarify.
Kaito's the culprit!
What? Say that to my face!
We just
While
did.
we were all still logged in, Kaito logged out alone, right? You were able to move freely. Doesn't that mean you could have committed the murder?
Don't screw around! There's no way I'm the culprit!
Kaito right. Kaito couldn't have killed Mew.
How long are you gonna keep saying that? Trusted people can still kill, you know.
Yes, they can.
We
but
already saw that a bunch of times. So many times. Since Kaede.
he's definitely trying to pin it on Kaito. The fact that Kaito was the only one logged out is suspicious. But he's not the culprit. He can't be. Non-stop debate.
Kaito logged out first by himself. Mew was still logged in though. That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
Kaito culprit? Impossible!
Of course it's impossible, because I did.
Kokichi's seat. On Kaito's count, the only one logged out from virtual world while I was looking for the secret of the outside world on the mansion's rooftop. A ring of light appeared around his feet, and he was suddenly logged out against his will. Not knowing if it was okay to log back in or not, he went to his room and slept.
Didn't do it! I mean, we found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
The culprit was trying to pin the blame on me. That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito?
Well, Kaito, any last words?
What do you mean, last words?
First, we need to decide if Mew was killed in the real world or the virtual world. That's where the problem lies.
Kaito logged out first by himself.
Me, of course.
Mew was still logged in though.
Breaking your neck, both hands should have agony. Just log out and keep it.
That's when you poisoned her.
Killing Game Simulator. Killing games in the text box contains the following information. Objects can't break. Avatars cannot be injured, however the body's 5 senses are connected to the avatar. Any damage an avatar takes is felt by the user's real body. If an avatar takes fatal damage, then the real body will also die from the shot. Besides that, the virtual world is the same as the real world, down to the laws of physics. There are no special travel methods such as vehicles or warps.
Right, Kaito?
Kaito culprit? Impossible!
That no injuries can be found in his body.
Of course it's impossible, because I didn't do it! I mean, we found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
The culprit was trying to pin the blame on me. That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito?
Poison neutralized if it's mixed in anything, but it is still quite dangerous to the small amount can kill someone. With some conjunctival hemorrhaging, making the certain eyes completely bloodshot. Your eyes are bloodshot.
Well, Kaito, any last words?
I guess that's the
What do you mean,
Dapper
last
thing going
words?
there.
Kaito logged out first by himself. Mew was still logged in though.
Yes, she was.
That's when you poisoned her.
That's wrong!
guess that skill works. But
Mew wasn't killed by poison, and the warning on the label proves it.
yeah,
Drinking the poison would result in subconjunctival hemorrhaging. In other words, your eyes would be bloodshot.
Oh, but Mew's body. That's right. Her eyes weren't bloodshot. She wasn't killed by that poison.
I think I
Then
know
what was that
happened.
poison for?
Probably a diversion. The culprit wanted us to think Mew died by poison.
Then, what was her real cause of death?
Maybe not. Mew's real cause of death, the only one I can think of.
This is it!
She died in the game.
Mew's cause of death was the killing game simulator itself. In the virtual world, if your avatar takes fatal damage, your real body dies of shock. That was made clear in the program's text file.
Miu received fatal damage in the virtual world and died from that shock.
Yeah.
In that case, it's fair to say that the cause of death was actually the simulator. Gonta has question. Where is this virtual world place? What floor is it on?
If you don't understand, then don't say anything.
If Mew was killed in the virtual world, then the next thing we need to figure out is what caused her to incur fatal damage within the virtual world.
It is interesting having
So her cause
somebody who
of
doesn't
death in
understand
the
the
virtual
concept
world is the one
in the
that
jury.
matters.
Oh, it seems like Gonte is confused. So why don't we review things a bit?
So I get it. It's
So
kinda frustrating
we
to go over
split
it so
into
much,
two
though.
groups to find the secret of the outside world.
The ones who searched the mansion were me, Shuichi, Samugi, Gonta, and
Kaito.
that NPC Kaito.
Hey, who you calling NPC, you ASS?
And the others who searched the chapel were Keyboy, Maki, Himiko, and the late me.
Yeah.
How could someone have given her fatal damage in that situation? That's what we gotta think about. Now, let's all work together.
Aww, little Himiko is all grown up. Too bad your chest hasn't grown up, though.
That was uncalled for. Someday, my chest will grow like crazy.
Let's begin then.
Fatal damage that Mia received in the virtual world. Let's pin that down. Alright. Looks like suffocation or some such. Time for to use the bridge hammer herself.
In the virtual world, Miu was fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first.
Whoever did that to Mew was dropped right next to her avatar. It has to be the hammer!
We're going to beat her with his bare hands.
Are we certain that blunt force was involved? I think strangulation is more likely.
It's possible she was pushed from a great height.
Could she have drowned?
We have to determine the specific cause of death. Think about the condition in his body, and that should yield a
In the
clue.
virtual world, Miu was fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first.
Whoever
Give me one round to figure it out. Can I pick it off? Mia was found grasping her neck with both hands. She had died with her eyes open and an expression of agony on her face. As the first logout keeper was first discovering Mia's body, she still had her visor on at the time.
did that to Mew was dropped right next to her avatar. It has to be the hammer!
No,
We're going to beat her with his bare hands.
no.
Are we certain that blunt force was involved? I think strangulation.
I agree. Mew's body showed
Wait.
severe trauma and signs of a struggle.
Yeah, she looked like she suffered. Very hard
Wait,
to
wait,
look
wait,
at.
wait, wait.
and the virtual world is connected to our 5 senses. If her body experienced pain, she
Kokichi.
must have been in pain in the virtual world as well. Knowing that, I believe Maki is correct. Mew was strangled to death.
Yeah, definitely. Strangling and poison are the only methods that can make her look like she's suffocated. But we already removed the possibility of poison, so it can only be strangulation. Also, when a victim is poisoned, they commonly grab their chest or mouth. But Mew was holding her throat. It's obvious she was trying to protect her windpipe.
Oh, the Assassin Master gets really chatty when it comes to corpses.
In that case, her exact cause of death is being strangled in the virtual world.
But is strangulation even possible in the virtual world? If the avatars were equally strong, it would be difficult to strangle a resisting victim.
Yeah, if she was just as strong as them, no way they could have strangled her.
Then the culprit would need a tool.
Yeah, a tool.
There are tons of cases where a weaker person would strangle a stronger person with a rope.
Wow, you know a lot about killing, nerd.
But was there even a rope in that world? I don't remember seeing one.
Very unconventional one.
Then they must have used something else as a rope.
Something for a rope, hmm? I have an idea on what it might be. I found it during the investigation.
This is it!
Yeah, toilet paper. This is definitely...
During the investigation, we found toilet paper outside the mansion.
So that's why that stuff is getting stockpiled. Is this toilet paper? What would toilet paper be doing here?
I'm guessing that the toilet paper was used to strangle her.
Gonta, no can ignore that!
What you mean, Shuichi? Huh? What's wrong?
What, wrong? Shuichi goofing off! Not gentlemanly at all!
Calm down, Walter. Killing game simulator.
It's no time for nonsense! You know you use toilet paper in place of rope! Would tear too easy! Even Gonta know that, and Gonta not smart!
No, I'm positive toilet paper was used instead of rope.
You died such an awful death. So why you not take this serious? You call yourself ultimate detective? Use your head! Figure out real murder weapon!
We did.
No, I'm positive toilet paper was used instead of rope.
There's no time for nonsense! You know you use toilet paper in place of rope! Would tear too easy!
I'll cut for your words! The toilet paper wouldn't tear. Because in the virtual world, objects are unbreakable.
Unbreakable?
You're so dumb, Gonta. You didn't even know that?
If objects can't break in that world, then toilet paper shouldn't be able to tear. And since it couldn't tear, it could be used as a rope.
Yep.
Gonta
Speedrun
not
threats.
really understand, but...
Exploit everything.
Sorry, Shuichi. Gonta was wrong.
Thank you for
It's okay, Gonta. Don't
interesting
worry about it.
tangent, I guess.
Killed by toilet paper. It was a fitting end for her.
A fitting end? I do not fully understand that logic.
But if Mew was killed near the chapel, why was the murder weapon by the mansion?
Maybe the culprit tried to get rid of it to destroy the evidence.
If the culprit meant to get rid of the evidence, they did a poor job of it. there was a much better place where they could have destroyed it.
If toilet paper was the murder weapon, then what's the deal with the hammer next to her?
Perhaps the culprit prepared a backup weapon, just in case.
No, the culprit didn't bring the hammer.
No? But who else but the culprit would bring a hammer?
Wait, we already know who brought that hammer. Me.
That's it! Mew was the one who brought the hammer.
Mew bring hammer?
Yeah, she
Remember
brought it.
what she told us?
I rewrote the program to delete all dangerous objects that could be used as weapons.
Yeah, she did say she deleted any dangerous objects.
If that were true, she wouldn't have missed something like a hammer. Meaning that Mew must have left it on purpose.
On purpose?
But why she do that?
Mew brought the hammer for sure. But what did she need it for? Why are there 3 X's? I need to make that clear. She just wanted to kill somebody. That's why.
Let's assume that Mew brought the hammer. What was she planning to do with it?
Maybe use it to break down a wall?
Uses for a hammer. Going to know, Mew gonna build stuff with hammer.
Probably just brought it for self-defense.
Or she secretly
Yeah.
met up with someone.
Yeah.
I agree! Mew was gonna meet up with someone in the virtual world.
Mm-hmm. With me. I was supposed to meet up with Mew on the roof of the mansion.
What? Is that true?
I overheard them talking about it at the chapel.
By the way, Mew asked to meet up with me before we went into the virtual world. I totally forgot where we were supposed to meet, so good thing Keyboy spied on us.
Wait, so Mew called Kokichi out?
If Mew brought the hammer, I wonder what she was planning to do with it.
Kokichi's already figured it out. She was planning to kill Kokichi.
That's it! She was trying to kill Kokichi.
She was what?
Yep, she plotted
Very
to
weird.
meet up with me and then
Wow.
kill me with the hammer. If you want to prove this, you'll need to figure out Mew's plan, okay?
Mew's plan, huh? Sure, if I analyze the clues we found, I can figure something out. Alright, let's do it. Time for another little minigame. Like it, actually. Alright. So. But, yeah, she created the world, got rid of any of the dangerous weapons, so that only she was allowed to have them. And she was planning to kill Kokichi. Signboards up there. To get out, or help everyone else, or something. Tried to kill Kokichi. The single L. Really? Who tried to kill Kokichi? Mew. Thinking time. This is the alright, just arcade game, but it's not a really good let me figure out what things are doing game. Try to beat them up together. That's not just a question. Let Kokichi cut onto it. Figured it out pretty early on, I imagine. Alright. And then tried a counterattack, revenge plot type deal. But in that case, he is admitting to killing me, which would be was me trying to kill Kokichi. The roof. Kokichi's not dumb enough to... The afterlife. She was trying to kill him in the afterlife. What option is that? So, Kokichi... I think set it up in a way that you wouldn't take the blame for it. It wasn't involved. I see that more so as a style or something. That's really not how she does. I keep trying to blame Titus. Very earnestly so, he's trying to blame Kaito for the fall. What would Kokichi be doing to get out of killing somebody? Because he obviously wants to bottle poison in Kokichi's seat. That seems semi-unrelated. Super attention. Miyu logged in last.
She wanted it to appear as if Kokichi was killed in the real world.
She placed the poison on my seat to make us think the murder happened in the real world.
She did that too?
She put that there, yeah.
What? Miyu was the one who put that poison bottle there? No, that ain't right. Something's definitely weird about that.
I think it is odd.
When could Miyu have put the poison there?
If she did place the poison without us noticing, then she must have logged out at...
No, not log out.
And then what? She logged back in?
Kokichi, weren't you in the salon around that time? Did you see her log in or log out at all?
Nope, I didn't see that at all.
If she hadn't logged in or out, then Miyu couldn't have placed the poison. That's wrong!
She did it before the end of it. Everyone else logged in, she walked over to their place, then logged in herself.
It was Miyu who planted the poison on Kokichi's chair. She had plenty of time to do it. Here, take a look at this.
Is this a record of who
2
went
minutes.
in and out of the virtual world?
Yes.
That's right. It says that Miyu was the last of us to log in.
Yeah, what about it?
If she logged in last, she would have had time to move around in the real world after the previous person logged in.
That right. She could have placed poison bottle on Kokichi's seat.
Yep.
This was all part of Miu's plan. She tried to kill me in the virtual world, make us think it happened in the real world, then pin the crime on Kaito.
Well, that's not my fault.
Which is why she manually logged you out, just for that purpose.
So she did that to me?
Would make a lot of sense.
Yes, I'm positive of that. Miyu used a method only she could use to log Kaito out manually.
For the cell phone. How-
This is it!
Yeah, that was all by Miyu.
It was the cell phone found by Miu's avatar.
But this is...
That cell phone worked the same way as the phone in the salon. It logs users in and out.
This is
I
all lining
verified
up
this myself
much too
when I spoke
easily. It's
Kaito's
weird.
name into it.
Kaito Momoto. He logged out, just as I thought.
I see. With that cell phone, she could force anyone to log out at any time.
But Mew never mentioned a cell phone, right?
That's what Shuichi referred to when he mentioned a method only she could use. She kept the cell phone a secret on purpose, so she could use it for the murder.
So, she really was planning a murder.
And she tried to set me up.
Well, I knew that from the start.
Then why did you say I was the culprit?
Because I wanted to get it through your thick skull. People you trust and defend will ultimately betray you. This is a game of suspicion. Well, I think your ideals should stay the same. Because phonies like you are what make the game more interesting. Don't you
Not
agree,
necessarily
Monokuma?
suspicion, but
Do I? I don't know about that. Huh? Wait, what were we talking about?
I wonder when Daddy's gonna get his motivation back.
Yeah! If
Some
Father
people really
keeps
believe
slacking
that.
off, all the work is gonna get forced onto Mommy.
Huh? Mommy?
Ugh. My head! I feel like I'm about to remember something, but I can't.
What's wrong, Monotaro? Pull yourself together!
Anywho, it's a blessing in disguise that Mew died and not me.
What you mean?
Cause she wouldn't have said anything about what really happened in the virtual world. You guys would have had a way harder time finding the culprit, you know. She would have been able to lie about the virtual world settings as much as she wanted.
yeah.
And you'd never know that the murder actually took place in the virtual world.
So that's why she decided to attempt a murder, because she had total control.
And the reason Mew was so insistent we go into the virtual world was...
You guys are only bitching because you haven't been to the virtual world yet. Once you go, you'll understand. Seriously, it's so fucking awesome. I know you guys will love it. And then you're gonna fall in love with me for showing it to you guys. Let's just dive right in, okay? We'll do it together.
She was insistent we go there so she could kill us. What a shady person.
Shady person.
I was sad that she was gone, but now I don't know what to think.
Nice! Backstabbed by a trusted friend. See? That's an ideal fun situation! Now we can start a real class trial!
Hey, Kokichi sorta sound like Monokuma.
Really? I don't sound anything like him.
No, you're just like Monokuma. Both of you are cowards. You never speak the truth or show your true face.
Wait, coward? You say some interesting things sometimes, Kaito.
Smiling, putting on a mask, never saying what you really think. That kind of cowardice is just like Monokuma.
Daddy, they're calling you a coward! Aren't you gonna do something?
Yeah, I just gotta do my signature laugh, right? There, I did it.
He's really depressed.
He's completely lost his drive! Like a one-hit wonder who clings to their former fame!
Ugh, my head!
Listen up,
This
Kokichi.
trial is so odd.
To hell with this game of suspicion crap. I will never be okay with it. I'm just gonna believe in everyone. Instead of suspecting my friends, I'm gonna find the truth by believing in them.
Well, if you think you can win this game like that, then sure, be my guest.
Of course I can. I don't need your permission.
How long are you guys going to argue? Let's hurry this up and continue. If we don't find the culprit, then we'll all die, you know that?
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
If we are going to begin searching for the culprit, let's start with Kokichi's story.
Huh? My story?
You were meeting with Mew, but she ended up as the victim. So it's only natural for us to think you're the killer, right?
Here's my answer. I never met up with Mew.
You didn't?
I tried to go to the roof to meet up with her, but the door was locked.
But isn't lockpicking your specialty? You should have been able to open it easy.
I couldn't pick locks with my avatar body. I didn't have the tools for it either.
Yeah, no tools.
Also, I never went to the roof. Not even for the meeting.
I remember you and Gonta went off together when we first started looking.
But was the door to the roof actually locked? When I was on the roof before logging out, the door wasn't locked.
Huh? How How should I know?
Then who locks the door to the roof?
I already told you. How should I know?
When I went to the roof, it wasn't locked, so you gotta be lying.
What good would it be if I lied? I don't want to die either, you know.
Lying would do you a lot of good if you're the culprit.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize that.
What kind of response is that? That's suspicious as hell!
Wait, there's no point in arguing about that now.
But yeah,
the
there's no
truth will
point
come
in
out eventually. Before we get to that, we need to discover the truth behind Mew's death.
Truth?
There were mysterious circumstances surrounding her death.
Really? You don't say.
We need to make sense of those first.
Wow, Shuichi, you know your way around this game. Yes, keep up the hard work. The fate of our lives rests in your hands.
So, what is this strange circumstance?
Kokichi claims it was Mew who chose the meeting place. But I'm wondering how she got from the chapel to the mansion's roof.
I see. Mew sent the bridge connecting the mansion and chapel into the river herself.
Figured it out, but still, they do have to explain it for going to school.
If that's the case, then Mew might not have even gone to the roof.
Huh? So she stood me up? It's very rude to break a promise.
It's true. First, we need to determine if Mew was actually there or not. Did she go? Or was she never on the roof at all? She went.
Mew was waiting for me to arrive. I'm sure she was waiting on the rooftop of the mansion.
No, Mew should have been at the chapel. If you look at where her avatar fell, it's right next to the chapel.
How would she have gotten to the mansion? There was no bridge over the river.
A bridge would be the only way to get across.
So, her meeting with Kokichi...
She stood me up!
Quite. At first glance, it seems as if it's impossible for me to go to the mansion. There has to be some evidence that shows it was possible.
Mew was waiting for me to arrive. I'm sure she was waiting on the rooftop of the mansion.
No, Mew should have been at the chapel. If you look at where her avatar fell, it's right next to the chapel.
That's where it ended up.
How would she have gotten to the mansion? A bridge over the river.
A bridge would be the only way to get across.
So, her meeting with Kokichi...
I guess it's
me up!
The first one or Kibo. There has to be some evidence that shows it's
Mew was
possible.
waiting for me to arrive. I'm sure she was waiting on the rooftop of the mansion.
No. Yeah, it's that one.
To the mansion. A bridge over the river.
This one over here.
A bridge would be...
The signboard is bridge is the only way to cross the river. What does that mean?
Oh no!
Mew was waiting.
I was wrong!
What?
Mew was waiting for me to arrive. I'm sure she was waiting on the rooftop of the mansion.
Mew should have been at the chapel. If
She
you
should
look
have
at
been.
where her avatar fell, it's right next
Oh,
to the
we're
chapel.
conquering the chapel bit.
How would she have gotten to the...
There was no bridge over the river. A bridge would be the only way to get across. So, her meeting with Kokichi... She stood me up!
Okay, it's it.
Mew was waiting to arrive. I'm sure she was waiting on the roof.
Rooftop of the mansion?
No. The chapel.
That's wrong!
That's it.
Mew must have gone to the mansion. We have a witness.
Yeah.
Goodness.
When I was searching the dining room, I saw Mew pass by the window.
Then why didn't you say so sooner?
We're the ones not to point it out.
Sorry. I thought I was just mistaken at first. Since there was no way she could have come to the mansion. But I guess I wasn't mistaken after all. That was definitely Mew.
Then, how did she get to the mansion from the chapel?
It must have been some special method only Mew knew, like with that cell phone.
There's no doubt about that. That's why she dropped the bridge.
Really?
If a murder occurred when it was impossible to cross the river, she wouldn't be implicated. She used a secret method to move from the chapel to the mansion for the murder.
She dropped the bridge to make a huge scene just to let everyone know it's no longer there.
Yep.
So, what secret method did she use?
It won't be that easy to figure out.
No.
It's called a secret
Pretty
method
simple,
for
especially
a
with
reason.
everything that
No worries, guys.
is given.
As long as we leave it to Shuichi, everything will be A-okay.
What?
What are you saying? We can't just rely on Shuichi all the time. This class trial's for all of us. We're here to solve this together.
And please solve it.
You would just slow down Shuichi.
Shut up!
I don't have time to deal with Kokichi. Right now I need to focus on the case. Positive that Mew used some kind of special method to get to the mansion. Okay, I just had to figure out what it was. Oh, not a mini game time. Let's have to make ball added by
Way
Mew.
across that only Mew knew about.
Like a hidden bridge besides that signboard, maybe.
Or instead of bridge, Mew used some kind of vehicle to go over.
Or
No
maybe
vehicles.
she teleported magic.
Sort of.
Or she used a warp zone.
There were no teleports.
Maybe there's a place you could cross without a bridge.
Yeah.
A hidden route that only Mew could use. I suppose it is possible she used that
I
to change
agree.
places.
Odd timing shot, but I'll take it.
That's it, Kibo. There was a hidden route only Mew could use.
Yep.
Was there really?
Mew modified the program to add a special wall to the world.
I don't like this chapter.
The wall stretches along the y-axis, but we found 2 such walls in the virtual world. It's unclear whether Mew added the wall by the mansion or the wall near the chapel. We do know that that wall was set so that only objects could pass through.
Don't be naive, Shuichi.
What is it, Kaito?
Jeez, Mew set up a weird wall like that? That is suspicious. But it's got nothing to do with what we were talking about.
Nothing to do with it.
It's the entire plan she was coming up with.
You don't even realize your mistake? You losing your edge? Oh well, my sidekick's mistakes are my mistakes. I'll make it right.
Giving out the other ones for any points for anything on here. Here we go. Use that dart.
What we gotta figure out is how Mew got from the chapel to the mansion, right? So why waste time talking about the... It's pointless. We gotta
useless.
take a whole
It's
new
all
approach
useless.
here.
No, wait just a
your whole
second.
argument is useless.
It's not actually impossible at all.
But you just said so, didn't you? That wall Mew set up.
Damn it!
But you just said so, didn't you? That wall Mew set up only lets non-human objects go through it. Humans aren't able to pass through. So Mew obviously wouldn't be able to go through that wall. She's not just an object after all.
Yeah, she is.
I'll cut
She
through
turned
your
herself in.
words. The wall wasn't the only thing that Mew changed. She also changed her avatar settings from human to object.
From human to object?
Which means the virtual world treated her avatar as an object. She could have passed through a wall that only non-humans could go through.
Is that right?
Yes.
Don't get ahead of yourself, Kaito. We need to listen to everything Shuichi says. I already told you. The more you try, the more you cause us trouble. It's so totally lame that your own sidekick is dissing you!
Kokichi, enough! I wasn't arguing with him. I was just explaining.
I don't care. That doesn't bother me at all. It just means even I make mistakes. Don't worry about it, Shuichi.
Okay.
Okay.
It's pretty funny seeing Kaito try to act all tough like this.
Kokichi, please refrain from making such irrelevant and irrational remarks.
So, if Mew messed with the program and made a wall only she could go through,
Yes.
Then her secret route was through that wall?
Yeah.
that's it, right? Like using a glitch in a game to walk outside the map.
Sort of.
I bet Mew had a hidden passage like that in the back of the chapel.
But even if she could walk through walls, was there really a hidden passage? Because Mew said...
No, you're not trapped here. Beyond that wall is literally the end of the world. Literally. Oh, something else.
She probably lied. There would be no point in going if there was nothing on the other side.
Mew lied. Huh.
I wonder what the truth is. There's no way to find out now.
That cum-soaked urinal cake was totally lying about there being nothing past the wall. She lived a life of pride, vulgarity, and secrets. Lying would be a piece of cake for her.
Kokichi, you know have to go that far.
She did lie, but she's
Stop it!
really bad
Don't
at things.
badmouth Mommy!
Mama Taro?
Listen to you, talking about Mommy like she was a terrible lying whore. But Mommy wasn't lying. There was no hidden route in that virtual world.
Huh? Oh, there wasn't, huh?
Hey! You can't tell them such an important hint!
Oh, if you say that hint is important, then I guess it must be true.
Oh, shoot!
Ah, jeez.
We know.
You're lucky you're cute.
Was Kokichi saying all that stuff about Mew to get the cubs to reveal something? I guess I should thank him, but I have no idea why he does things sometimes.
So now that we know there's no hidden route, why did she manipulate the program? If there's actually nothing past the wall, then that setting was meaningless.
Mew wouldn't have done something meaningless. She would have had a plan.
Yes. Mew definitely wanted to be able to go through that wall for a reason. We aren't sure why yet, but once we solve the mystery of the virtual world...
Mystery of virtual world?
There have been a lot of strange occurrences in the virtual world. If we can determine why, we will also determine what Mew was up to.
Really,
We'll know why she wanted to pass through the wall.
All right, let's clear up those strange occurrences.
Yeah, Gonta will help, even though Gonta not know what you're talking about.
Speaking of strange occurrences, I'm just plain worried about that one thing.
Loud noise.
Remember? That thing that made us notice all the strange occurrences?
Events that led us there.
This is it!
Yeah, I'm just gonna spell
You
it
mean
out.
the loud sound that you and I heard in the kitchen?
Yeah. What was that sound? Sound as if something was struck very hard. Came from outside, but yeah,
You all heard that sound too?
what I'm planning,
Yes,
thinking,
in the mansion's kitchen.
Mew
But that sound occurred near the
set that all
chapel.
up.
How did you hear it all the way at the mansion?
Oh, the mansion. See, there's a link between them, right? So Mew went to the chapel, went through the wall, poured it out the other side. Went up to the roof because everyone was checking the dining hall and the kitchen and the salon. She logged Kaito out because he was on the roof. Went up there. Kokichi or whoever killed her with toilet paper. Then they grabbed the pallet in the storeroom, put Mew on the pallet, shoved her off the roof, slid her down the wall, went through the wall into the chapel, and that's why she crashed into the floor there. Ta-da. The other question I've got left is, was it Kaito or Kokichi? Because if Mew touched Kokichi's avatar, he would be frozen, which he couldn't do anything with. Anyway.
First off, sound can't go past the map loading point.
Map loading point.
Did that sound really come from the chapel?
Yes.
That sound was something hitting the chapel wall. It was real loud.
And we definitely heard it. We heard Kibo's voice as well.
For now, let's go outside and check. Oh no. What? That was Kipo's voice, right? I think I heard him outside. He sounded close.
You heard my voice too?
What? That is pretty strange.
Exactly. That has to be some kind of clue to the mystery of the virtual world.
Okay, well, let's check the answers later and try to find all the other clues first. There was another mysterious phenomenon in the virtual world, wasn't there?
Kokichi talked like he noticed something. Pretending not to know?
Even Gonta is suspicious of me? I always thought you would be the one to trust me!
Sorry, going to not mean it like that.
There's no need to apologize to him. He's probably just lying again.
What was the other strange occurrence? Did you see it, Shuichi?
Another mysterious phenomenon. Something that should be possible, like Mew in the mansion, or that loud noise. You'd remember everything else that happened in there. Now it's the minigame. Okay. Random choice 2. Shit. Eh. This is a very odd version of doing this. Alright. I don't know what those are. Sign, yeah, it's you. Really? I didn't like that.
I see it! The sign that we were using as a bridge was odd to me.
Yep, it went down the
Odd
river.
how?
Off the map, back into the box, on our
We
side.
mentioned it before, but Mew dropped the sign in the river.
Whoops, my hand slipped.
We found it later, but there was something unnatural about it.
There were so many things, you guys. Just finding the sign was definitely weird. I'm most confused by how the sign got there. I can remember exactly what happened with that sign. Alright, here we go. Movement. Great. Alright. This might take a bit longer, actually. At which point, there's a sign born. Swept away. New swipe it. Thinking time. What we got? River's chapter. time-wise, location-wise. That's probably a worded question. Alright. Just really fun. And that's another odd thing about a lot of Japanese games. Asian games, rather than the Japanese, Korean and Chinese ones too. They're designed to take a long time. Where is the end of the river? Shop. 60 seconds for a loop. Chapel side. Yay. Oh yeah, a lot of games are designed to just take a lot of time and are very grindy and stuff. It's very odd choice. Sometimes it's okay. Works out, it's a comfortable grind, not just mindless. Can't talk and drive at the same time. But those types of game are few and far between. Most of the time it's, alright, spend this unnecessary long amount of time doing what it is. Another big one is like transformation scenes or summons in game. Just sound like found or something. Yet big old genomic 10-minute long animation scenes that you have to use multiple times. Quite like those. It's like I avoided using those rules because it took so long to use them. Okay, use it, set it down, wait for it all to go, or just skip it. Oh, there's another one? That's not the signboards. Why backward? Compared to the river's current, which makes it sound like float. What? I know what happened, but this question doesn't help. The current. Didn't go against the current, but with the current. A lot of games don't like the
It appeared as though the sign was
super
carried
called
against the river's current.
animation. Super Hand of Justice Mark III, Point 2. Transform, Friendship Fusion, go. Okay. It was neat when I was a kid, maybe, but hell, even in like the shows that do that, like Power Rangers and whatnot, they end up shortening that throughout the episodes so they can actually do things. Which proves it's kind of pointless. It appears as though the sign was carried against the river's current. Ooh.
We all saw Mew drop the sign and watch the river carry it downstream. And the river was wide there. The sign should have traveled downriver toward the chapel,
It did.
correct? It should have hit the wall on the far side of the chapel and stopped there. But that's not where we found it. We found it near the mansion, nestled in some rocks.
Yep.
The signboard should have been near the chapel, but we found it on the other side.
Hold up. Didn't you stay on the chapel side? She probably grabbed the signboard from the chapel wall to cross the river.
No.
Then left it on the boulders near the mansion so she could get back.
Why would she leave the signboard where it could get swept away and leave her stranded?
Also, this has nothing to do with walking through the wall, right? We're getting off topic. We're so close to the truth. We just have to connect the how and what.
I know. Just
All the mysterious
two and
things
two
that
together.
happened have to connect with each other somehow.
Connect how?
A wall only objects can pass through. Sounds that shouldn't be heard. A signboard going against the river current. How are they all connected?
just
I don't know, but Shuichi should know, right?
if anyone has played games
What?
before, they know about scrolling things.
We would be in a lot of trouble if you didn't. The only one who can solve this
Hell, this
mystery
even
and
happened
save
in the
us all
second game.
is you.
Sort of.
So, how are they connected?
In the
Do
second
you
game,
know
you walked in a
Shuichi?
circle around the island.
Ah, well,
Just look
what we
at
know
this.
so far is that the unnatural way the sign was carried is possibly related to the wall.
What the hell am I? What clue is related to the unnatural way the signboard was carried on the river? The map? What clue is related to the unnatural way the signboard was carried on the river? Something only Mew knew about, and that's throwing us off. See, you say we're being thrown off, but you seem pretty calm.
I was wrong!
Where does Mew had a wall along the wax that had a special setting that allowed non-human.
This is it!
They're asking.
It might have to do with a wall that only objects can pass through. The sign should have stopped at the wall on the other side of the chapel. But if that wall happened to be the one that Mew said to allow objects through,
I see. It's a wall only non-humans can pass through. That means the signboard can pass through the wall, right?
Even if it could pass through the chapel wall, how'd it end up by the mansion?
The only way it could do that is if the wall was a warp zone. But it's not, right?
That would be a relatively accurate statement. That's right. That's the real issue here. How could the signboard pass through the wall but end up on the mansion side? What would explain that?
Leave it to me, Shuichi. I, your partner, will give you hints in times of trouble.
What?
This is the virtual world. We should throw away all of our common sense, okay?
Huh? The hell does that even mean?
Kokichi might be onto something there. We need to forget about what we know and just think about it. How did the signboard pass through the wall downstream and end up upstream? Putting common sense aside, focusing on the flow of the river, how did the signboard pass through the wall downstream and end up upstream? Downstream and upstream.
that's it!
Hallelujah.
What if both ends of the river were connected?
Huh? Both ends of river connected?
Exactly. To put it another way, the river isn't cut off at the wall near the chapel.
Well, it took us.
It's all part of one big loop. The upstream part of the river is connected to it.
There we go.
What? What are you talking about? Both ends of the river can't...
Again, throw out all common sense from your head. We're talking about the virtual world.
Yep.
Then what about the wall? There was only one wall that could be passed through.
Right. Even if the river's connected and it goes through the chapel wall, it wouldn't have been able to go through the mansion wall too.
Wait, in that case.
I got it! I know why Mew only set up one wall.
What are you talking about now?
The reason she only set up one wall is because the chapel and the mansion walls are the same wall.
That's it! The
Big change
walls
in
by the
case, but
chapel and the mansion
feeling
aren't
like-
separate. They're the same wall.
The same wall?
It's not just the river. The walls themselves are connected. Don't think of it as two separate walls, but a single wall parallel to the y-axis. That single wall divides the entire virtual world.
Yep. There we go. Can we like shuffle the map around to make more sense now?
The idea is you pass through the wall by the chapel and come out by the mansion.
Everything is starting to connect.
Yeah.
See, didn't I tell you?
You're catching up.
Everything is connected.
Damn it, Kokichi! Just tell us.
It's okay. More importantly, this is the final stretch!
Final stretch.
If both the river and wall are connected, then you can find the secret. Shuichi, you already know the secret behind the virtual world, right?
The secret, huh? Yes, I suppose we should clear that up. We need to solve the mystery of the virtual world. Anyway, what?
Is this...
World. Crap. Those are all still world. There you go, a couple of others. I don't like this structure. It's a very poorly done one.
Yes, that's it. The virtual world is a loop. Loop?
Just like in old games, right? Like, for example,
You know of it. And you should fucking figure this out
when a
first.
character goes off the left side of the screen and reappears on the right.
Yes, exactly. The edges of the virtual world are linked together in a continuous loop.
The virtual world loops?
What in the world?
If that's
Not a
true,
big
it would
deal.
explain the way the signboard was swept away.
Yes.
It vanished into the wall downstream of the river, came out of that same wall upstream,
There we go.
and floated with the current until it got caught on the rocks.
What was the world like before Mew added the wall?
Actually, there wasn't a wall on the y-axis at all, and the x-axis was set to loop.
Are you serious? Even if it is a computer program, isn't that too crazy?
No.
A looping world. That's more extraordinary than even magic.
But at least it's not a boring answer. It also explains all the things that happened.
Huh? It doesn't explain everything, does it? Because we still don't know why we heard that one sound or Kibo's voice.
It loops.
Yeah, sound doesn't go past the map loading point.
Actually, if we know that the world is a loop, we can explain that as well.
Huh? Really?
Yes.
Yes, but first we need to be clear where the loop starts.
Where the loop starts. Doesn't it loop at the walls next to the mansion and chapel?
Not necessarily. If we heard a noise at the chapel from inside the mansion, then the loop...
Alright. Is here.
There! The map loading point was where the virtual world looped. We thought the loading point was in the middle of the map. But the loading point was actually at the edges.
So the wall Mew created wasn't at the edges of the world, but rather, her wall was at the center of the world.
Yep.
I see. So the mansion and chapel were near each other, with a wall between them. And any sounds emitted near the chapel would also reach the mansion.
Yep.
The wall only allows non-humans to pass through, so sound should be able to pass through easily.
Yep.
That's right. That's how the virtual world works.
Way to go. We figured it out.
Impressive, Shuichi!
Not really.
For you to get this far! Yes! Yes! You are useful indeed!
For you to get this far, what are you, some villain pulling the strings?
Nope. Mew pulled the strings here, not me. Remember? Mew also set this trap. It all began when Mew showed us the map. Because of the map, we mistakenly thought the loading point was at the center.
I
Wait,
initially
but the
said
structure of the world wasn't actually like that.
it was always weird. Why is there a loading point there?
There was a
of all
wall along
places?
the y-axis, and the x-axis came around in a loop.
By putting that wall in the center of that world, she cut off the
Especially
loop.
with the binoculars.
So ever since Mew showed us that map, we were
Still
caught in her
pointless.
trap. But we solved this mystery thanks to Shuichi. All hail our savior!
Yeah, if Shuichi wasn't here, then we never would have solved this mystery.
That's right. Good work,
logic.
Shuichi.
Thanks, Shuichi. You saved us.
You're welcome.
You're all idiots.
Just because we found out the virtual world's secret doesn't mean we can take it easy yet. Actually, this culprit hunt just got to the exciting part. Even if we know all the tricks, it's pretty meaningless if we don't find the culprit. That's how a class trial works, after all!
Kichi talking like Monokuma again.
No matter what you say, I'm not gonna believe your lies. I'm gonna believe in everyone. That's how I'm gonna reach the truth.
I can't wait to see what happens next!
What is Kokichi's plan here? He's definitely prodding at Kaito on purpose. Well, there's no time for distractions like him. What we have to do is find the culprit who killed Miyu. Doesn't matter how many little mysteries we solve if we can't find the culprit. It would all be for nothing. I still don't know for sure who it could be. Who used Miyu's own plan against her to kill her? Who killed Miyu? Class trial intermission. That was honestly quite horrible. This is a game in the year 2020 trying to explain concepts that have been a part of game worlds since inception. To people, yes, virtual worlds can loop. Video game worlds loop. It's standard. It happens all the time, all over the place. But we have to treat it as a big old secret of the world. God, that was hard to go through. But I could understand if somebody didn't realize that. That would be a very hard thing to figure out. Because it's a wall. You can't go through a wall. Yes, you can. But, yes, you can. It's a game. It's not the real world. But I'm gonna end it here for today. I need to like rest my stupidity meter because that was hard to go through. Oy. So yeah, that's it for today. I don't have a lot of high hopes for these people's chances of surviving in the future based off that performance there. Because, oh my god, that was... I feel kind of like Kokichi now. It's just... Shuichi was quite literally, other than Kokichi, the only one who was able to figure out a cheap trick. No one else thought about it. Hell, Tsumugi saw Miyu, questioned herself, thought it couldn't be possible, and just, no, I just thought I was mistaken. No! How do you mistake Miyu, of all people, for not existing? Just, hell, the map even had arrows pointing down the river going that way, and this whole chapter has been one big giant cringe fest. Let's all go to the virtual world. Alright, not too bad. I've taken out all deadly weapons. Doubt. This is the only way across. Trust me, it's fine. Doubt. I'm gonna go on my own and do stuff. Doubt. Let's all split up. Why? Let's have everyone be by themselves. Why? Oh no, somebody died. No shit. That's God, this... Yeah, I need to rest my stupidity meter for now. My stupidity tank is full. Take care, guys. Try and use a bit more of that thinking power. I know you have it. I know you do. Take care.